Done? Started? These places were specifically designed for certain particular kinds of yogic sadhana. One of the requirements was that they needed to be surrounded by water. So an island becomes very easy. The other very great requirement was that they needed to be in living rock. They needed living rock all around them. Because like I was saying that day, a lot of the yogic sadhana is about tattva shuddhi, like which earth, water, fire air you're working with. So certain processes help when you're surrounded with living rock, which is why caves have always been occupied by yogis in India.
What's the difference between living rock and dead rock?
Like that, but in the whole process, everything that you see there is part of the living rock. There is no joint. It's a sculpture. The cave is a sculpture, the statues inside are a sculpture, and they're all part of the same rock. So when they energized the place and they made it into a kshetram, that energy is there in the entire
Cave.
and they would do a lot of meditation, and they do a lot of fire sacrifice kind of thing. Now this has been the common entrance nowadays, but this is actually not the entrance in the beginning. This used to be the exit. We'll go inside and then I'll show you how it was used in the process. So very obviously this was part of a very mature culture at one time, in that while Bombay has always been in historical record for over 2000 years, the fact is to come and sculpt something like this and then bring people across the sea and then have them stay here for months meant that it was part of an ongoing and a very rigorous kind of system. So
And how many years ago?
this is over 1,000, well over 1,000, maybe 1,400, 1,500, at the peak of classical Hinduism. So the problem with this kind of cave or this kind of system is that there's a lot of shorthand, there's a lot of cultural shorthand which only those in the or like for instance, there's a lot of stories here. Now the Puranic stories or the stories, they are not just mythology, they are what are called teaching tales. In the mythological construct, they are called teaching tales, in that an event is narrated and you are supposed to decode the deeper reason or whatever it is. So in the way it is structured, it's very interesting in how the panels mirror each other and what they are communicating and what you're supposed to learn. So this was a place for a person to come, and under guidance he would access each panel in sequence.